Hello everyone. So a few students requested me to share notes or video on projectile motion. So here it is for all of you. Now when we say projectile motion, a very important topic of chapter 4. So projectile motion को हम लोग mainly दो categories में we can divide. So one projectile motion on horizontal plane and दूसरा projectile motion on inclined plane. Now इसके under we have got two categories: horizontal projectile motion and angular projectile motion, right? These two we deal in CBSE, JEE, NEET and CUET. However, this one we exclusively deal in these three. So I'll make a separate lecture for this so that you can take it as projectile motion part 2. But right now I am going to focus more on horizontal and angular projectile, in which we are going to discuss right now angular projectile motion. So before we go further, let us say what is a projectile. A projectile is a particle, right? So projectile एक ऐसी बॉडी है जिसका एक मास तो होगा and we throw it above the earth, but its motion is described by both x and y axis, and also all its movement is under gravitational force only. So no other force that we are going to consider. We are going to consider only the gravitational force, right? Let's see some of the examples that we see in our daily life, right? जैसे हमारे नीरज चोपड़ा सर इतने फेमस हैं. So if this is thrown, ये कुछ ऐसे ही जाके गिरेगा, या फिर बास्केटबॉल थ्रो. So you throw a ball and it goes and lands like this. So these are some of the examples of your projectile motion, right? अच्छा, अब in two dimension अगर हम बात कर रहे हैं, and since you are throwing them at certain angle with the horizontal, this is also called angular projectile motion. So you are throwing them at certain angle. So let us take our x and y coordinates, and हमने किसी ऑब्जेक्ट को एक सर्टेन एंगल पे हमने थ्रो किया तो वो कहीं पर जाकर ऐसे गिरेगा. लेट अस से दिस इज द इनिशियल एंगल ऑफ प्रोजेक्शन. ये हमारा ओरिजिन है एंड इनिशियली इट इज मेकिंग सम एंगल थीटा विद द हॉरिजॉन्टल. ये इनिशियल वेलोसिटी हो गया u. अब यहाँ पे जो कुछ चीज़ें हमें निकालनी होती है वो क्या क्या है बच्चों? दिस इज द हाइट दैट दिस प्रोजेक्टाइल हैज गेन्ड, मैक्सिमम हाइट इन दिस जर्नी. देन दिस इज द रेंज, जितनी दूर वो जाके गिरेगा दैट इज द रेंज. एंड इस टोटल जर्नी को कवर करने में इट हैज टेकन सम टाइम t. सो टोटल टाइम t is your time of flight, and this path is called trajectory, right? Trajectory of the projectile. हमारा objective क्या है यहाँ पे? We have to find time of flight, we have to find range, we have to find height, and we also have to find your equation of trajectory. Along with that, हम किसी भी random point P पे क्या velocity होगा, right, of that particular projectile at any random point P, that is also we are going to find out. So if this point P, we are going to find out कि इस point P पे इस projectile का क्या velocity होने वाला है. Suppose this is VP, right? So we also have to find velocity at point P. So these are the things that we look for in a derivation of angular projectile, right? Now there are few things that we have to keep in mind while deriving your angular projectile motion. So what are these? First, we have to keep in mind there is no air, right? X and y act independently. That is, all the parameters of x-axis and all the parameters of y-axis, they act independently. They are not dependent on each other's values. तो but still there is something common जिससे हम x and y को relate कर पाते हैं. That is, obviously your time t is the common factor. Now this is, since there is a motion in plane, so motion in plane में every vector can be divided into two separate axes. I mean they have got their own parameters in two axes. So जहाँ पर आपका displacement होगा, we know that कि we can segregate that as x component and y component. Similarly जो आपका initial velocity है इसको हम लोग अगेन x component y component में तोड़ सकते हैं. A feature of vectors that हमने vectors में हमने already discuss किया है. Similarly जो आपका final velocity है again you can break this in terms of vx, vy, acceleration another vector. So you can again have two different components that is ax and ay. So यहाँ पे एक चीज़ बोलना बहुत ज़रूरी है जो मुझे पीछे ही ऐड करना चाहिए था, एंड दैट इज कि सिंस देयर इज नो हॉरिजॉन्टल फोर्स, देखिए वी डिस्कस दैट प्रोजेक्टाइल इज समथिंग विच वर्क्स अंडर gravitation, right? So gravitation works vertically on the projectile, hence your ax is always going to be 0. This will be always 0 and ay जो है ये हमारा होगा minus g. Throughout we are going to take it as minus g because of gravity. So g is always acting downwards. However, projectile is launched upwards. So if this is the positive axis, then obviously this is the downward is the negative axis, so that's why we are taking it as negative g, right? So with these understanding, let's try to work on the various equations of motion and वहां से हम लोग सारे parameters निकालने की कोशिश करते हैं. From first equation we can write vx is equal to ux plus axt. Similarly, we can also write vy is equal to uy plus ayt, right? अच्छा, now since there is a u is a vector और ये थीटा एंगल पे लॉन्च हुआ है, तो आपका x एक्सिस पे जो कंपोनेंट है दिस इज आवर ux एंड y एक्सिस पे जो कंपोनेंट है दिस इज योर uy. सो यू कैन सी दैट थीटा के साथ जो कंपोनेंट होगा दैट इज गोइंग टू बी u cos थीटा, और y के साथ जो कंपोनेंट होगा दैट कैन बी रिटन एज u sin थीटा, राइट? तो इसको यहाँ पे एक बार फिर से लिख लेते हैं. ux is u cos theta and uy, right? So now if we apply this concept over here, so vx is also equal to ux. Why? Because this part is 0. So we have got ux is equal to u cos theta, right? अच्छा, अब यहाँ पे क्या हो जाएगा? यहाँ पे your uy is going to be u sin theta and ay is minus g. So this is minus gt, right? So vx is u cos theta and vy is u sin theta minus gt. Now अभी हमने कहा था कि हमें पॉइंट p पे we have to find the value, right? So उसको अगर हम अप्लाई करते हैं, हम ये फर्स्ट इक्वेशन से what we have found, इसी को अगर हम अप्लाई कर देंगे यहाँ पे. So now vp, if you see here, let us say these are the two components. Let us say this is making some angle alpha. तो ये क्या हो गया? vp का x component and this is vp का y component. And see that क्योंकि आपका प्रोजेक्टाइल अलग अलग पॉइंट पे अलग अलग एंगल बनाएगा, so therefore theta is never equal to alpha. ये दोनों अलग अलग एंगल्स हैं, right? Theta is the initial angle and alpha is any random angle at any random point p. So हमें क्या निकालना है? एक तो हमें मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ vp निकालना है. This is what we have to find. And obviously vp is a vector, so we have to find the angle alpha also. अच्छा, let's see what can be done. So vpx based on अभी जो हमने इक्वेशन लिया, so vpx is nothing but ux only, which is u cos theta, and vp का y component is this time uy minus gt or simply u sin theta minus. So you know that कि अगर हमारे पास x and y component है which are at 90 degree to each other, so magnitude vp is going to be what? Under root of vp x square plus vp y square. So now if you substitute the values, we are going to have u cos theta होल स्क्वायर प्लस u sin थीटा माइनस gt का होल विच वी कैन फाइंड एज तुम्हारा फाइनली सिंप्लीफाइड वर्जन क्या निकला इसका, बिकॉज यहाँ से साइन स्क्वायर थीटा प्लस कॉस स्क्वायर थीटा विल बिकम 1, तो वी हैव गॉट u स्क्वायर प्लस g स्क्वायर t स्क्वायर माइनस 2u gt sin, this is the velocity. Now we have to find alpha. So alpha can be found as tan alpha is equal to y component divided by vp का x component, right? So this becomes equal to u sin theta minus gt divided by u cos, right? So इसको एक बार ठीक से फिर से लिख लेते हैं. This vp यहाँ पे ये एंगल अल्फा बना रहा था, so we found that magnitude of vp came out to be under root of u square plus g square t square minus 2u gt sin theta, and tan alpha came out to be u sin theta minus gt divided by u cos theta, right? So यानी हमने एक चीज निकाली, that is vp के बारे में हमें सब कुछ पता है, right? Let's move on to the next one. Now the second equation of motion says that s is equal to ut plus half at square. तो इसको अब हम लोग x and y एक्सिस पे अगर अप्लाई करते हैं तो s becomes x is equal to uxt plus half ax t square. Similarly on y axis it is y is equal to uyt plus half ay t square, right? So अब ax तो 0 है, this part is 0, so therefore we have got x is equal to u cos theta into time t, and दूसरी तरफ y is equal to u sin theta into t minus half gt square. So यहाँ से we can find t is equal to x by u cos theta, right? So अब इक्वेशन ऑफ ट्रेजेक्ट्री, दैट मीन्स द पाथ विच द प्रोजेक्टाइल हैज टेकन, अगर उस पाथ को अगर हम लोग डिस्क्राइब करते हैं, सो देन दैट पाथ इज योर ट्रेजेक्ट्री. सो टू फाइंड द इक्वेशन ऑफ ट्रेजेक्ट्री व्हाट वी हैव टू डू इज वी हैव टू एलिमिनेट टाइम t एंड रिप्लेस दैट बाय दिस इक्वेशन, सो दैट की देयर इज अ रिलेशन बिटवीन x एंड y. तो उसको अगर सब्स्टिट्यूट करते हैं तो व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू गेट इज, सो y इज इक्वल टू u sin थीटा इंटू x by u cos theta minus half gt square means x by u cos theta whole square. So we can see that u gets cancelled यहाँ पे, so we can write y equals to x tan theta minus g by 2u square cos square theta times x square. Now अगर आप ध्यान से देखें यहाँ पे theta is constant means initial velocity and theta both are constant, so therefore tan theta is also a constant. Similarly g, u and cos theta, all these are constant, so we can write them as a times x minus bx square. So this is a general equation of parabola. This is so this trajectory is now a parabolic path which we have proved mathematically also. In addition to that, we see there is a negative sign. So this negative sign signifies this is an inverted parabola. So therefore अगर अलग से क्वेश्चन आता है कि आपका prove that your angular projectile motion is an inverted parabola, we have to first find the equation of trajectory, and then from there we have to find the similarities, and we have to show that there is a general equation of parabola and this is an inverted parabola, right? चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. बाकी अभी भी 3 पैरामीटर्स बाकी है. We have found till now, we have found velocity at any random point p, we have found the equation of trajectory, we have to find range, height and time of flight. तो वो हम आगे निकालते हैं. This particle when launched, that means at point O, its coordinates are 0 0. When it lands again back on the ground, coordinate will again become, this time on x axis it traveled a range r, but the y axis is again 0. सो आप देख सकते हैं कि जब लॉन्च किया था तब भी वो 0 पे था, जब वापस आया तब भी कोऑर्डिनेट वापस 0 हो गया. नाउ इफ वी अप्लाई द थर्ड इक्वेशन विच इज vx square is equal to ux square plus 2a times x, right? Since this part is 0, तो ultimately first equation का ही result will come, that is your vx is equal to ux. Now let's try to do the same thing for y component. So we have vy square is equal to uy square plus 2ay times y. Now if you see carefully, at the highest point all you have is the horizontal component, because vertical component will become 0 at this point. So at this highest point vy is equal to 0 and the coordinates are r by 2 and h. So let's use this over here. So vy becomes 0, uy is nothing but u square sine square theta plus minus g into h. So on rearranging we get 2gh is equal to u square sine square theta, or height comes out to be u square sine square theta upon 2g. So this is the height obtained by the projectile. Now if we go back to the second equation, that is y is equal to uyt minus half gt square. In this equation we see, as we just discussed, the final coordinates of the projectile is r0. Initial coordinates were of course 0 0. तो जब ये प्रोजेक्टाइल पूरा जर्नी कंप्लीट कर लेगा, देन द टाइम ट्रेवर्स्ड is capital T, which is your time of flight. But if it takes time of flight t, that is if t becomes t, then y will become 0. So if you substitute these values over here, तो y हमारा 0 हो गया. So this is u sine theta times time of flight minus half g t square. So by rearranging we get g by 2 times t square is equal to u sine theta times t. So let's cancel one of the t's and we get. Now there is one more interesting thing. When the particle is reaching the maximum height, we can call this as ta, and when the particle is going down from the maximum height, we can call the time taken as td. Now what is t and td? Ta is nothing but time of ascent. So td is time of descent. So in absence of any air resistance, we assume that there is no air. तो आप जितना टाइम ये ऊपर जाने में लेगा उतना ही टाइम ये नीचे भी आने में लेगा. So we can say that your Ta is equal to Td, and this is half the time period or half the time of flight, right? So this becomes equal to half 2u sine theta upon g, that is u sine theta by g. So this is your time of ascent or time of descent. Now we have to find the range. So the coordinates are r0. So we can see that when our time t becomes time of flight, x also becomes r, that is it becomes range. So we can say from the second equation we have x is equal to u cos theta times, so if you substitute the values, then x becomes r and this becomes u cos theta t. So let's substitute the value. U cos theta into 2 u sine theta upon g. So 2 sine theta cos theta is a trigonometric relation which is called sine 2 theta. So we get the relation u square sine 2 theta upon, this is the range. So now we have found all the relations as we wanted to find in the beginning. So if we write a compilation of all the formulae that we have learnt, we can write So this is the compilation of all the formulae that we have learned in projectile motion, that is angular projectile motion, right? Now let's talk about couple of special cases also. So when we are launching the projectile in various angles, we find that they can land at various positions like this. But one particular angle you will find that will always give you the maximum result. गिरेंगे, but one particular angle will always give you the R max. Now the question is at what angle, right? What should be the theta that will give you R max? तो ये क्या होना चाहिए? Let's try to find out. अभी हम लोगों ने निकाला कि R is equal to u square sine 2 theta upon g. So for R to become R max, sine 2 theta should be also maximum, and maximum value of sine 2 theta can be only one, which is sine 90 degree, which also means your 2 theta should be 90 degree. That is, if theta is 45 degrees, we will always get maximum range. Let's do another special case. So if you launch a projectile with the same velocity at two complementary angles, then the range is always same. The range obtained is always same. I mean, what is the mandatory condition? So this is u, this is also u. The initial launching velocity is same, right? However, if this is theta 1, the other one is theta 2, such that theta 1 plus theta 2 is 90 degree. That is, they are complementary to each other, right? So let's say theta 1 will get us R1 and theta 2 will get us R2. Basically, R1 should be equal to u square sine theta 1 की जगह let me write theta by g, right? Then R2 simply becomes u square sine 2 theta 2 की जगह let us write twice of 90 degree minus theta by g. So this is going to be u square sine 2 into 90, that is 180 degree, 1 minus, pi minus 2 theta by g. But sine pi minus any angle gives us the angle back. So this is same as u square sine 2 theta by g, which is same as, so under these conditions your R1 is always equal to R2. If the angles are complementary and launched at same speed, then the range is always same, right? So I hope the theoretical part of and the derivation part of angular projectile motion is clear to all of you.